I'm a Rocco the Glocko. At all of the Knight Prospects taking their place on their respective pedestals on the platform in the heart of the arena, Lady Aurelia says quite simply, with our Knight Prospects introduced, let the games begin. Everyone be
Yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Elonia! Fuck yeah!
Flower petals are being loosed from all the towers and from other spots of the arena, not of one specific faction or floral order, but just like a amalgamation of all of them, even the fellowships that aren't represented here. Who is this for? Paradox, Roma, Jin. Yeah, I think you guys from the Northern Hemisphere. Can you guys roll me an insight check?
An insight check, he says.
There are two details I'll tell you. Well,
Oh,
Paradox,
you mean tell Roma?
Huh?
I'm starstruck.
Yeah.
I'm vibing.
You know, I'll give you. You guys both succeeded on the lore rolls earlier. I'll give you both one reroll.
Hey, yo.
Because this is very specific to Gilonia, but, you know, it does carry over to other... Okay, that's better.
Yo?
And then that one.
So, as you were saying to them, actually 15? 15 doesn't
I
pass?
can give you one of the details. You all would catch that the order in which they are set out from, or at least for the order side, is in order historically. So the Order of Louis was the first one to come around, then of Snapdragon, then Sunflower, so on and so forth. Less so for the fellowships. Which brings me to detail number 2, which Jin you don't get, but the other two you do get. Whereas the orders had a pretty normal walkout, with maybe the exception of the Order of Hydrangeas, which is Madeline, they all had some sort of flair accompanying them. I guess maybe also Jason Hardock as well. But yeah, there was some sort of flair accompanying them. Either because they're trying to prove that they're just as good as the orders, or maybe to earn that spot. They're not orders yet.
That was for the not the.
That was for the other two. That's for the fellowship's flares.
Oh, that's the word. Thank you.
So, now that you guys have seen the Knight Prospects, as well as getting some insights on them just from how they walk out, let us begin with the Mango minigame.
Mango.
Place your bets. You may place your bets by putting your token below which prospect it is. Who do you think will be the winner of the Vestal Grove tournament? Singular.
I have 2 in mind.
If there is a tie, there is a showdown. Okay, there's a showdown event, but there's another showdown specific to them.
Do I vote as Garth or do I vote as Jin?
This is you guys as meta, so
As meta, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The guy that
otherwise
doesn't
it'd
have
be
any
like
weapons
this guy without
has
a
to be
doubt.
tedious,
Yeah.
so I'm going for him.
Yeah.
I gotta
like
support
him,
my
I-
girl. She's been
like
nothing
her
but
outfit.
kind and
Thing.
pleasant. I think it'd be nice if she won.
She's a
Yeah.
homie. Jin
If
loves
either-
this man.
I always got eyes on this guy.
Seth Aroth.
Seth Ingram.
This guy's, I think he's runner-up.
Yeah.
Gonna get his ass kicked by this man. Narratively speaking, that makes sense. My
I still
heart
think
goes
he's
out to
gonna-
this guy.
Your Order of Roses boy.
Yeah, but my gut is telling me this man over here.
Seth Ingram.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. So one of you is going for Sephiroth, or two of you are going for Sephiroth, rather. One of you is going for the odd one out, the singular unarmed one.
Mhm.
Two of you are going for
Hey.
your passionate girl.
So many
I
people
love her.
voting
What
for
can I
Seth.
say?
I'm gonna
I
go with
believe in
Passion.
her.
Yeah.
She can do it.
Dark Horse. It would be so fun.
And
What she
then
showed last night is like, god damn, she has some potential.
And then, Cop, you voted for Edward Blaze. Why? Can you explain why? Why?
I got no reason why. I just chose him. He's got to pay his respects. You know.
Yeah,
Mm,
he has
He's
yeah,
got a
his
reason to
family.
be out there.
He does have a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
That's true. That is true. That is true. All right, so I can tell you guys who it knows. That's all I tell you that now.
Just
No,
no,
no, no, no,
trip, none.
No foreplay. Sorry.
You can't just go in there, Crash. You have to start us
No,
somewhere.
he's in there. He's in there.
Gotta warm it up.
In. So, all right, your bets are placed. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot so that way, because I'm too lazy to
Oh
type.
my god.
There you go.
Hey, double vote.
Okay, so interesting that the doubles are the ones at the ends of the lineup. I just realized. Okay, interesting, very interesting. All right, so I will give you guys a second choice.
Oh.
Is it all or nothing? As in, the person who, assuming you picked right, assuming you get a mega inspiration muffin, or do you guys want just whoever's the best? Like score wise, whoever's the closest gets not a muffin but an inspiration. How confident are you guys that your pick is the right one?
Wait, say again. Where?
Do you guys want to go all or nothing, as in if you pick the right one, you get a muffin, or do you guys want to go next runner up? Because all of them have a score, so I know
I see.
who's second and third and fourth, and whoever's closest of you guys,
Mhm.
you guys don't get a muffin, you just get an inspiration. How confident are you guys that your
Ooh.
pick is the winner?
I'm
Versus
getting that muffin.
I don't want no
That muffin.
meat fries. I want the muffin.
All right.
Either
Sounds like
someone
muffin,
gets
then.
good or someone
Alright.
loses dramatically.
all right, okay, I like that. I like the
Muffin
cut of
man.
your jib.
My Jim,
I like
that's
the-
my gut.
I like the cut of your muffin.
Y'all are gonna be real sad when none of us get it. Okay.
Lol.
I know, right?
I'd like,
No,
I'd
I'll
like a
get it.
cut of your muffin. Can I have a slice?
Alrighty then. So, similar to the 11 walk-ups, I didn't go into super detail as to every single event because there's 11 prospects and 7 events, so you guys could do the multiplicative math on how many descriptions that would take.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I would just do a quick rundown for each event. Remember, there are 11 points to be scored, with the exception of capture the flag, in which the winning side gets an additional 2, so thusly, in theory, 13 for the best person, assuming they're on the winning side. And everyone gets at least 1 point. 1 point for the worst person, 11 points for the best person. So, starting off is horse riding, horsemanship. As this is a tournament paying homage, honor to nature, it is only fitting that the first event is one that incorporates beasts, critters, animal, nature. The
Criminal.
prospects are not competing. How to say this? They are competing against each other, but they are not competing simultaneously. So they go in order in which they were walked out. So Seth first, Aubrey last. And their goal for the horse riding event is to go a circuit in the stadium ground, the grounds itself, like a football area, at the best speed while also hitting targets. They do not get to quote unquote finish their segment, their event, until they hit the target. If they miss a target, they cannot skip to the next one. They have to round back and go back to that one they missed. So, there you go. Some of the night prospects are more wieldy, I'll call it, with their mounts, and they all have different mounts. It's not a shared thing. And of course, their noble steeds are decorated in the trappings of their respective floral faction. 2. Cop, I have good news for you, my friend. He is the fastest and he is the most accurate. Oh, I never said for Night Prospect Edward, he wields a winged spear. The targets can be attacked in melee or they can be attacked at range. Doesn't matter. Because shooting from horseback is harder than just attacking in melee from horseback. Regardless, Night Prospect Edward is the victor for this event at 11 full points. He is super in tune with his horse. And to Caradoc, having come from a medical family,
Yeah.
the Fellowship of Acacia they're not the EMTs, because that makes it sound like, well, I guess they are sort of getting you to medical practitioners, but they also are the people that carry bodies back. So they are thusly, of the factions, probably amongst the higher end of those that are accustomed to working with horses as just their part of their day-to-day.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah. Following after Knight Prospect Edward is Knight Prospect Vital.
Oh, yep.
Oh.
Knew
He
that.
is a master, no, not master because the master's over there, but he is an experienced horse rider, and when he attacks his targets, they don't just tink, clank, ping, plink. He sunders them. And to the horseman that is Falk, his mount does seem, in a sad way, accustomed to the duress that his rider is giving him. But duress is given. Following after Vital is Knight Prospect Declan. Your guys is a classical knight, so to speak, representing the Order of Daisies. And then from there, it does begin getting worse and worse and worse. Your guys' scores so far, I'll give it to you guys. I'll give your guys' top 3, and I'll give you guys your respective people if they're not in the top 3. So, as of right now, let's see. Pops is winning at 11 full points. Yay. Vital and Declan take second and third. Seth is at 7 points. He's middle of the pack, on the better half of middle. Aubrey is at 8. So she's 4th up. Go her. Oh yeah, if you guys want to... Oh yeah, you guys want to just do
This
that.
is just for my own tracking. I just want to see.
So Aubrey is at 8. Farron is at 5.
Nah.
He doesn't seem to be a man born to the saddle. He's not bad at it, but under speed duress, he's not the best. But you guys do see his actual weapon, though. Farron does not wield any physical implement. He is a mage.
Yeah.
So, as he's riding around, he's actually casting incantations and holding out his hand, and from his hand, a burst of light shoots out and hits each respective target. He is the spellcaster of the Knight Prospects. So far, his cop is claiming keen victory. Off to the second event, that of marksmanship. Actually, you know what? I have an idea. I will double die.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's way too small font. I will put the scores of each prospect above them.
Nice.
That way you guys
Oh,
can
that's
start tracking. That is way too small of a font.
Sounds too big.
Okay, maybe a bit too big. Actually, yeah,
Just
actually,
right.
no, it's pretty.
You heard it here first, folks.
Alright,
7.
so Kelsey is actually one of the worst ones. Not the worst, but one of. Sorry to say, I will tell you guys who the worst one is. It's actually Evan.
Our boy.
He seems he's not. And I say worse. That doesn't mean they're bad at it. It just means that compared to better competitors, they're not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Declan is at 9. Farron is at 5. Madeline is alright. She's at 6. Nyla is more better with falcons and horses at 3. Edward is at 11, holding the lead right now. Then Jason Hardwick at 4, also not great. And then Aubrey at 8. So pretty scattered scoring so far. Next up is the competition of a marksmanship. The Knight Prospects are allowed to use crossbows, bows, or firearms to hit not only the longest distance targets possible, a cascade of increasingly long distance targets. So there is a 50 let's say hypothetically 50 yard, 100 yard, 150, so on and so forth. So it is a spectrum of targets. Not only is it hitting the target at increasingly long ranges, but also hitting the center of it.
Magic missiles, go.
Not allowed, actually, because it's not. Oh, I guess, yeah, Farron is allowed to use magic for his range attack. That's technically fair. So, first up, the winner of this competition is, to the chagrin of many people, but unfortunately not their surprise, Vital. He is a... He and Evo would get along as marksmen, as sharpshooters, I am sure. He gains 11 points.
Jesus Christ.
Following up after him, although it's not her wheelhouse of revolvers, it is still a gun. It is Madeline, as she gains 10 points.
Ayo.
Nice.
The keen-eyed of you would spot. Oh, this is a good Cole reference, rather. To those of you who have seen Peaky Blinders, that scene. I don't remember the names of the characters in Peaky Blinders, I'm afraid, but the guy who's like super PTSD shell shock.
Yes. I remember.
The rifleman.
He was
The
there for
rifleman.
long.
Yeah, Madeline does something similar. As she's examining the rifle, there's a certain, not shake to her, but uncertainty to her. But as she crouches and takes aim with it, the certainty washes away, and she is not as good as Vital, but damn close to bullseye accurate across all the targets. So she certainly gains her confidence through action. So that's virtuous. The third runner-up is actually Knight Prospect Jason, gaining 9 points. While he does wield a classic sword and board himself, he does seem greatly familiar with firearms. So those are your top three. Now, let me begin embarking the rest of the scores onto everyone, starting left to right, or my bad, across your guys' four. Let's start at Seth. He's not great. He's not great at range competition. It seems as he only gains 2 points.
Oh, what?
He's a master, not a range master. I'm afraid.
I thought he was a dex build. He failed me.
He is a dex build, but he's not the best trained at it.
Yeah, compared to everyone else there.
You heard it here
Aaron.
first. He's not the best.
But he's
Aaron actually only catches 1 point. Sorry to say.
Got it. Oh. God,
They actually had to give him a bit of a gracious allowance for his things because his spells impact a zone on the target.
Oh.
They don't impact a certain spot on it. So he accepts graciously whatever they are allowing him to give, and they give him 1 point.
Fuck's sake, Fadden.
Edward catches only 3 points, bringing him to 14. He is more familiar with crossbows, it seems. But alas, it is a windy day, and bullets are better at traveling fast in a straight line on a crossbow versus wind. He catches 3 points. Aubrey, not great, not terrible. She catches 5 points, bringing her to 13.
Oh yeah.
Next, let's see this. So let me just fill out the rest of the ranks. Kelsey gets 7 points, bringing her to 9. I already did Vital. Declan. Firearms are a classical element of New Lothian knightlihoods. Yes, he's just not the best at. Oh, I not mean to change that. It should have was that 9 before, so 15. And then Seth, I just accidentally undid. He got 2 points. Boop. Evan gets 8 points. He's certainly better with a pistol, similar to Madeline, but unlike Madeline, it doesn't have the overall exposure to firearms. Nyla, similar to Seth, is more of a melee person. She only catches 4 points. I already did Edward, I already did Jason, I already did Aubrey. So these are the current standings after the marksmanship competition. At the end of the marksmanship competition. Actually, wait, let me double check. Where's my spreadsheet? Where's my honorary spreadsheet? Open. Google Drive. Yes, it is after this. After the marksmanship competition, there is an intermission, a recess, as the event grounds are being, well, they've been shifting with each event for horsemanship and marksmanship this entire time, but now they have to change a bit more drastically as we enter into Capture the Flag, wherein the knights are divided into 2 teams, attackers and defenders. There is a leader elected for each side, and then from there, lots are drawn for which side they are. But to the more intellectually based characters of you, or to those of you that just might have caught the detail, there are 11 people. It would be a bit of an unfair competition, wouldn't it? For 6v5. Nay, for there is a 12th person submitted into the arena. In fact, she is one of the hosts here. Entered in onto the side of the defenders is Sir Daniela Delaraine. But as a full knight, it would be dishonorable and unfair for her to give her full capability to the defending side. So she is given limitation. She is limited to lower tier of casting, so no upper level spell slots. She is not allowed to give any input tactically or give any knowledge of the geographic terrain, whatever that may include as custodian of these grounds. She is limited, but she is given to the side of the defenders. The teams on the defending side, led by Knight Prospect Aubrey. The teams are Farron. Actually, here, I'll do this. There you go. Team 1, Aubrey, Farron, Nyla, Seth. Thank you.
Oh my god.
Without hesitation. Well, we got all of our boys and also
Edward?
Falconer on that team.
Yeah, which I find really funny. Let's say, like the Steph people, the Farron person, Edward, and then the Aubrey. Yes, actually, which is hilarious to me because I made these determinations last night, and yet you
Big
guys
dark
all voted for the same faction. And then, of course, Sir, oh, too big, Sir, Ser, Delaraine, meaning everyone else on the other side, they are led by Vital. The Passionates versus Severus, and you guys would hear some back and forth between Lord Axel and Lady Michaela about the rousing competition. It does seem like Passionate versus Severus was set up ahead of time. Under Vital's command is Kelsey, is Madeline, and his two boys on the Severus side, Declan and Jason. So I actually rolled to see who fell on which side, and it actually worked out pretty close to 50-50. I did make one flip to accommodate the differential on defender versus attacker. Did I skip someone? Who did I skip? Madeline?
Missing one.
Oh, I skipped Evan. My bad. Mobby.
Oof, Evan, buddy.
Yeah.
Champion.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Remember, the winning side gets 2 points. The defenders or the attackers. Standard capture the flag rules. Capture the flag if you're an attacker and bring it back to your home base. Defenders, don't let them do that. And maintain control of your flag until the clock runs out or until the opposing side is defeated. Meaning, in theory, the defenders can become the attackers. If their grand plan, like me playing Rainbow Six all the fucking time, is just kill them all. Just kill them all.
There's no one to lose against if they're dead.
Now, here's the interesting thing. Both, it is an oval-lined arena, oval-lined stadium. So both sides are given one end to plan at. But during this intermission, you guys are allowed to go near the front row seats and so on to listen in on their planning. They're that close. So you guys do have that going for you. And a number of knights are. Because, as Michaela would ascribe to you guys, this is more than a competition of who wins and who loses. Capture the flag. In fact, let me use her voice to tell you guys this. Do not fall into the pretense that is merely attack and defense. This is a grander competition. Here, us knights will be making the rounds, for we are the judges. And we are determining, amongst the knight prospects, who is best at leading, at following orders, at taking into consideration their fellows' abilities and talents, and best incorporating them. That is the true nature of this competition. A competition of unity, not of efficiency. But winning does have its bonus points. It does. But it is an intermission. I would encourage you all to stretch your legs while there is lack of activity. I know it has been it feels fast the last couple of hours. Looks at Sky, meta commentary.
It feels fast. It feels like it's been like 25 minutes or so.
Yeah,
It's
like
weird.
20 something minutes. That's how crazy this is. I will tell you guys this. I was really struggling this week of like, oh, how can I make these competitions like engaging and all this? Because these are essential cutscenes, right? I'm like, let's just blitz through them. Let's just blitz through them. That's the answer. Let's just blitz through them. That being said, you guys are on intermission now, so if your characters want to go do anything, speak of engaging, you guys are free to walk around, make the rounds across both teams, or talk to random people. I don't fucking know. Do freedom. Go do what you want. Or nothing. Freedom to do
Freedom.
nothing.
Go on, go.
Be free. I don't wanna. Be free.
Oh, I will say one thing actually. To Jin, can you make me a perception roll? This goes back to the horsemanship part.
Perception roll.
I have an advantage because Takari is helping you, and take a D8. That's Takari's.
Calm down, calm down. Well, you know the D8 might do something.
Oh, that is rough.
17. Wait, why is that red? Do we
Yeah,
still
'cause
have
there's a
the
one for the-
Muncesian Vest Blessing?
Yes, you do. You guys have it for the entire data.
Yeah, until this evening.
Like a 7. Okay, 17 in most cases is actually not bad. Is this to determine if
enough.
it's like, oh, they're like a marked person like him?
No.
No, Sadie is. Sadie's special.
She is. Yeah, no, I'll give it to you. So during Seth's horsemanship segment, he does use his Odachi. And there is something about it. You guys saw a glimpse of it yesterday. But as he swings it and attacks with it, there is something that catches with you and Takari. Not an etching on it, because it makes it sound like it's continuously there. But in the, I'll call it the after image of each swing, you do catch a certain, not illusion, but depiction. You both confer with each other and come to the term, and I'm typing it here in chat. Kazahana. Which in Ryugen stands, well, okay. Literally, I believe it translates into, like, white
Like double
flower.
strike. White flower.
Oh, let me check. Let me check my notes.
Hana does. That's
It
flower.
translates directly into wind flower.
Consider you Lonian Knight, that makes sense. That would be called that.
Colloquially, though, it implies snow flurry, which is a white snow hitting the ground in a floral way, if that makes sense. So a flurry of snow. So you guys would catch that. There is a certain white after image when he did his horsemanship swings, and that immediately illuminates to you it is a magic weapon.
Right.
As if I wasn't already forefound.
What?
With that
Yeah.
knowledge, can we tell that it's just, oh, it does ice damage? Or does it do like something more?
Like a
Does
frost
wind damage?
brand?
Yeah, like
roll me.
That's interesting.
You don't have
It's probably
Smith's
Arcana.
skills. Yeah, it's probably Arcana. I'll let you use Wisdom in place of Intelligence, though.
Funnily enough, the scores are identical, so...
Well, you have advantage from Dakari. D8 from Dakari.
And...
Oh!
He'll hold the DA, because I have a question after this. That's where all the mid-rolls have been building up to for him.
I guess so, yeah. It does seem to do some elements of cold, of frigid, of freezing, but also radiant.
Mm.
It's
Is it radiant
Frostburn.
from the blade or from him casting?
technically both, I guess, but more so him. The cold is from the blade, the radiant is from him. On a natural 20, I will also tell you that the implication of Kazahana is that its crafter is probably from a mountainous region.
Right.
You craft a blade in its respective element. So if it is somewhere cold and snowy, it's probably somewhere high up. Or its crafting was somewhere high up.
Yeah. That leads to the second question of... Would they be able to try and figure where it's from, then?
No. I'm afraid
That's too
way
vague. There's
harder.
too many options.
That is way harder.
Yeah.
I will give you one thing in compromise. Natural 20.
Sure.
One can intuit the falling of lily petals as snow. So he is still carrying forward the vestige of his faction, regardless of which country he's hailing to.
So cool.
Seth Ingram.
It's so cool.
He's so cool.
There's a lot of people
Very,
thought that for Seth
very,
Rogen.
very cool. Look at him, he's very cool.
No, it's cold damage. It's cold damage, actually.
Jin shit just moves over here suddenly.
You said that we are also allowed to go and listen to their